It's Monday, which means it's time for the weekend box office report brought to you by our friends at AMC Theaters. Lionsgate's Boo! A Madea Halloween took the #1 spot at the box office, taking in $27.1 million. That was good enough to beat Tom Cruise's return to the Jack Reacher franchise. The second chapter, Never Go Back, debuted in the #2 spot with $23 million. Universal's Ouija, Origin of Evil narrowly edged out Warner's The Accountant, taking in $14 million and $60,000 for the #3 spot, while The Accountant made $14 million and $25,000 for the #4 spot. The Girl on the Train held on for the #5 spot, adding $7.2 million to its domestic total of $58.9 million. Mark, thoughts on the weekend box office?
I am very impressed, Madea. I will never doubt you again, because not only did it beat Jack Reacher and a more conventional horror film around Halloween, it did so on 1,000 less screens. I think 1,500 less screens than what Jack Reacher opened with. That's an incredible achievement. I am shocked, and clearly there's a huge market for these movies still out there. I think that Jack Reacher is what we expected to see. I just didn't see anything beating it this particular weekend. And Ouija, Origin of Evil, to make $14 million, I think is still impressive, because its budget is maybe $10 million, and it didn't have the best name brand going into it, because a lot of critics did not like the first Ouija movie. So this one, yes, it's opening around Halloween. I think it was the right time to do it. It got a better critical response than I thought it would have. So $14 million, you already made your money back. Well done.
Christian?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Listen, I'm not shocked at all that another Tyler Perry movie made that type of money. His movies now have become events. They have been, and they do really well. Every single time he opens a movie, they do this, and every single time they open with this number, we all go, "Whoa! Can't believe it made that much money." I think Mark's right. Got to stop doing that. The guy proves that he is making movies to the audience, and they're going and they're checking them out, because I think that, and also putting it right around Halloween, it's smart. It's a smart play, because you're not going up against anything that is going to, as far as you look at Jack Reacher. Not a Halloween movie if you're going for the holiday. You're going against Ouija, if you will, totally, but still different, because it's a horror film as opposed to that kind of fun family adventure. So I understand why Tyler Perry's Madea Halloween did what it did. Jack Reacher, if you told me it would have opened up at $25 million, yeah, the first one didn't do amazing box office, and I think they just kind of switched it up by bringing in Ed Zwick, and it's not the best of movies, but Ouija is the one that stands out at doing $14 million. This is isn't it Blumhouse again that did this movie?
It's not.
No, it's a Hasbro property.
It is, okay, but still, going off of that,
it's a great model though, because you make them for real cheap.
But this is the type of stuff. Now listen, I didn't see this movie. But from what I hear, the beginning anyway is a lot better, and then the ending kind of falls apart. But this is the type of thing that I don't like with horror, when they don't like. I like it a lot better what they've been doing lately by putting in talent like a Stephen Lang in a movie, or just bigger talent inside of the horror shell. I like a lot more that they started doing that, and Ouija just seems like the old ways of doing it. But yeah, critics liked it, I thought, right? From the most part.
Critics loved it.
The response was very good for it. Yeah. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a big fan of Tyler Perry's movies. I'm actually a fan of him as an actor. Like, what he did in Gone Girl was
man, he's really
amazing.
Good, yeah.
But, so while I am not a big fan of Tyler's movies, I can't help but cheer for the dude, because he's honest. I'm really happy for him, because he's honestly one of the nicest, most sincere guys I've ever met in this business. He's such a cool dude. So even I want to like his movies a lot because he's so nice. But they're not for me, and that's fine. But so it's really cool to see it. Remember Jack Reacher, before people jump up and down to label Jack Reacher's opening as a failure, don't forget this. It opened with $23 million. That's like a 50% jump over what the first Jack Reacher did. The first Jack Reacher made $15 million on its opening weekend and went on to be pretty profitable. This movie has the exact same budget as the first one. $60 million is what they made Jack Reacher 2 for. Same budget they made the first Jack Reacher for, and that worked out well. I'm also really excited to see that The Accountant only had a 42% drop from week one. I think that speaks a lot to word of mouth about the film. And still, if you have not seen The Accountant, get out and see it, because it's a really fun film. So make sure you check that out. So those are the things that pretty much stand out to me the most.